Jerry Jones, business and marketing titan who transformed America's team into the most recognizable sports brand in the world. Jones spent his childhood in North Little Rock, helping out at his dad's grocery store that used to sit here on East Broadway. No one knew this high school running back for the Charging Wildcats would earn his spot in the NFL Hall of Fame.
But no match here.
During the Cowboys' electric 2016 season, Jones decided to thank his hometown police force.
The North Little Rock police were influential when I was growing up there in North Little Rock.
In all, about 400 people treated to the trip of a lifetime.
He is very proud of all the men in blue out there, and he wants everybody to fully understand that.
An expression of gratitude to those who put their lives on the line each day.
The Cowboys doing this, Mr. Jones doing this for us, it's amazing.
The Razorbacks strike late in the first period.
His desire to make his hometown proud started 5 decades ago, laying all he had on the field as an Arkansas Razorback.
I daydream about coming home. I daydream about coming home proud, doing something that was appreciated.
And the success he found under the great Frank Boros, he has found a way to give it back, right back to his beloved Hogs. The Jerry and Jean Jones Family Student Athletic Success Center opened 2 years ago to help develop the University of Arkansas student athletes, providing an integrated academic support program helping each athlete all the way to graduation. The Jones family has also continued to support Little Rock Catholic High School for Boys, where son Stephen, Jerry Jr., and son-in-law Shy Anderson walked the halls and played football there as well.
The Joneses don't shoot from the hip. They invest in things that they believe in. And they believe in Catholic High. They believe in our school. They believe in our boys.
You're going to work hard. You're going to have the opportunity. And many of you will grasp that opportunity.
Jerry Jones, encouraging a commitment to dedication and success in the state's next generation of leaders.
You can use this life up one way or the other. When you get it to end, let them say, I used it all up getting here and I did my very best.
An Arkansas man, an Arkansas heart, and Arkansas's newest distinguished citizen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Distinguished Citizen of the Year, Jerry Jones.
Love you, man.
Late, but here. Just as I crossed that Arkansas River, that tail on my plane kind of dipped down. Right at the end of the runway, it might have been 1,000 feet over the house I grew up in. Right as you landed at the field, there. I knew I was going to be here with you tonight, you great honorees, you champions. In a way, it's wonderful, wonderful to be on the team with you. Governor, First Lady Susan, thank you for your service to the citizens of Arkansas. Many, many, many years at this time, culminating as the leader of the state as the governor. I want to thank Mike and you officers, City of North Little Rock, Mike Gibbons. I want to thank you for making me feel like I was standing in one of these Arkansas tall pine trees when I saw CNN and I saw them recognize that fine organization that cleared the bases for me, built fields, were umpires, were coaches when I was growing up over in North Little Rock, and were there for me to look up to at a time. And I thought, my goodness, 50-something years later, here they are, being recognized nationally. It inspired me, Mike. Inspired me to want to somehow use the Cowboys and use, whether it's misplaced, and I can say that it is, use the Cowboys because when we play, we go to 20 million people. And I want them to see what these not only brave men, I want them to see what they can mean to the underprivileged and the aspiring in our great state of Arkansas. I stand here as a recipient of someone that has used this state to its max. I've used the wonderful qualities of this truly land of opportunity. I stood on Sheffield Nelson and Mary Lynn's shoulders, right here. I stood on many shoulders. KARK, I was an owner of KARK back when we were initially in the first years of this very program. I sold my stock so that I could get together the money to buy the Dallas Cowboys. But I was always proud of the community effort of that organization, and I'm so proud of the lineage and the way that you've taken it and made it be a night like tonight, a real recognition of the real heroes. This state, my life in this state, is an inspiration. Right after buying the Dallas Cowboys, one of the national networks, and Sam Donaldson and Gene, what was the name? Diane Sawyer, had a special national show. And so they had me sitting on a chair right in the middle of the star down in the Cowboy Stadium, and they were up high, and they were interviewing me, Sam Donaldson and Diane Sawyer, on national television, prime time. Now, I'd just gotten there. And the point of this story, right at the very end, Diane Sawyer said, "I think I'm listening and looking at a wolf in sheep's clothes." Because, and then Sam said, how, Jerry? Now, this was before Bill Clinton became the President of the United States. And they said, how is it that you could be sitting here with the Dallas Cowboys and from Arkansas? And I said, well, Sam, this is the first time in my life that I knew it was a disadvantage in any way to be from Arkansas. I thought that had the edge on it. And that was my comment. And yes, it has borne out. I had a chance to be an Arkansas Razorback. And oh my, what an experience. It contributed everything to so much to where I stand here tonight relative to my life in sports and my life with the Cowboys. But I'm remembering being in Austin, Texas. We had barely gotten by our first 4 ball games my senior year, and we were all sitting around the dressing room. And one of our great coaches came in right before we were going on the field, and he said, "Men," he said, "every ear in the state of Arkansas, there's no television, it was radio. Every ear from 5 to 95 is listening to the Pigs as we go against the Texas Longhorns, #1 team in the nation." And he said, you go out there and you remember that everybody there at this moment would like to be in your shoes representing Arkansas. And you play your hearts out. And we went out there against the #1 team in the nation. It took 2 planes to go down because the field up at Fayetteville wouldn't land the bigger plane. You had to bring 2 to split the team up at the time. And folks, we got out there, and by something magical, were able to beat the #1 team in the nation, the mighty University of Texas. In front of them singing, "The eyes of Texas are upon you." We put it you know where. Those kids that played in that game were never the same. We went home, and we looked in the mirror, and we knew that it wasn't a dream. We knew that it wasn't something you read about. We knew that it could happen to you. We were never scored on again We changed. We changed. We were never scored on again and played in the Cotton Bowl and won that game and ended up being national champions. Now that's Arkansas. That's Arkansas. And I've told that story so many times in my life. I've told it so many times to those Dallas Cowboy football players. I have said that you can be one thing at one part in the season, and you can have something happen to you, and you can bring, David can hit Goliath and bring him down and change your life. And certainly I've had that opportunity to stand on the shoulders of this great state and the great people in them and the people that I've known throughout every stage of my life. And you bet, Mike Gibbons, North Little Rock Police Department. You bet, Sheffield. Yes, it is. That's where I found out that you could do it, and it wasn't for somebody else. We played in the Cotton Bowl, and Coach Brawls, Frank Brawls, took us to Houston to get out of the camaraderie and not be around your families and all the hoopla of playing in Dallas. The Cotton Bowl was in Dallas. And we went down there to Houston. And we were practicing for a week before we came back up to play in the Cotton Bowl. Coach Brawls took us on a field trip. And he took us out to see the Astrodome that was the 8th wonder of the world at that time. It was domed and air conditioned. And we went on a field trip. It was finished, and there was going to be a game. It was a baseball game going to be in about a month, but it was basically finished. Our team, we kids, I was 20, we walked into that Astrodome. And we looked at it, and I know personally I thought, what would it be like? What would it be like to play a game or do something? We're on Mars. This thing is unbelievable. And then I immediately said, how can someone think of this? How can somebody actually, where do you begin? Do you begin in the corner? Do you begin in the middle of the field? What do you do to have something like this? And then I knew a man and men and women had built it. I knew it when I was 20. And I saw it. And I'd read about it from time to time between 20 and now, if you will. And I would read about it. And I thought about it. 40 years later, I was thinking about, could I build a stadium? I didn't have to waste my energy. I didn't have to waste my time. I knew a human could do it. I knew I could do it. I had seen it done. I knew it early in my life. I believed in it. I had confidence in it. And I built a damn stadium that you could put 6 Astrodomes in at the time. That's Arkansas. That's what you got there. You got Sam Waltons. You got some of the greatest people that just somehow, some way pulled it out and knew they could do it. Knew they could do it. Thank you, Arkansas. Thank you. And you bet, in any way I can, in every way I can, I want to be on that force, North Little Rock. I want to be there in Fayetteville. I want to be over at Catholic High. I want to be any and every place I can be to help everybody in Arkansas understand how it inspired me and how I would love to the story inspire them. Thank you. You honor me here tonight. Thank you.